Government corruption has never been more prevalent or caused more harm. It's why extremism is on the rise. It's why the financial gap between the haves and have-nots has never been wider. And it's why our planet is at risk of an extinction level tragedy. That's why I need your help to keep exposing the truth about the rot on both sides of the aisle. Become a supporter or a friend of the show today by clicking on the coffee link in the description box below. Friends of the show join me on a Zoom hangout once a month, and you guys can ask me any questions you want, and I can get to know you better. But the most important reason to help is to keep the show alive. Together, we can and will save our country and our planet. Thanks in advance and enjoy the show. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the show. So attorneys and journalists have filed a lawsuit against the CIA and others for surveilling them when they were meeting with Julian Assange at the Ecuadorian embassy. A 13-page complaint names the CIA, Mike Pompeo specifically, a Spanish security company called UC Global, and its founder. These are all the defendants. And it states that these organizations and individuals violated their Fourth Amendment right to protection against unreasonable search and seizure. The lawsuit states in part, quote, beginning in or about January 2017 and continuing until the Ecuadorian government terminated UC Global's contract in or about April 2018, defendant Pompeo approved and UC Global implemented an extensive surveillance program which A, converted video surveillance of Assange to audio video surveillance by placing hidden microphones on new cameras, B, placed hidden microphones inside the embassy and switched out recordings that were downloaded twice monthly and given to the CIA, C, ensured that the CIA could in real time be able to directly observe and listen to Assange's daily activities at the embassy, D, copied and took images of the passports, including pages with stamps and visas of all visitors, and as most relevant here, E, seized, dismantled, imaged, photographed, and digitized the computers, laptops, mobile phones, recording devices, and other electronics brought into the embassy by the plaintiffs, including, but not limited to, IMEI and SIM codes, fronts, backs, and insides of visitors' devices, downloaded stored material, collectively illegally seized material, thereby invading plaintiffs' privacy without notice, authorization, or consent. The lawsuit also alleges that a now deceased friend of Donald Trump played a role in setting this whole thing up. They say that UC Global's founder, a man named David Morales Gulen, he was recruited by the security personnel for billionaire Sheldon Adelson. Now, Adelson was a very wealthy man. He owned numerous Las Vegas hotels and resorts. And according to the lawsuit, several former employees of UC Global confirmed that their company made a deal with the CIA, which, quote, included selling information obtained through the illegal surveillance of Assange to the CIA. And the plaintiffs claims that recordings of Assange and others were uploaded to a server, and the CIA could actually access that server externally. And that UC Global's founder traveled from Spain to the US over 60 times over just a 3-year period so that he could receive instructions from the CIA directly and also their intermediaries who worked for Adelson. And they say that Pompeo was, quote, aware of and approved the copying of information contained on plaintiffs' mobile electronic devices and the surreptitious audio monitoring of their meetings with Assange. They also say that Pompeo orchestrated all of this without the knowledge or consent of the Ecuadorian government. And one of the journalists, who's a plaintiff in this case, gave a statement, and she said, quote, if a foreign journalist can be prosecuted for publishing factual documents, then no journalist is safe. And apparently Mike Pompeo believes that attorneys representing journalists should not be safe either. These actions are outrageous. I agree, guys. If they can do this to Julian Assange, they can do it to anyone else who happens to expose their misdeeds. You don't have to agree with Assange. There's things that I don't agree with him on. I think that he started out as an honest actor. He became partisan, and that was wrong because he portrayed himself as being fair and balanced and nonpartisan. But he should be allowed to share the truth without losing everything, without losing his freedom. And this is beyond the pale. This is just another example of how the Trump administration acted more like a mafia. They're out surveilling journalists. I mean, that is insane. So I hope that these people prevail. This needs to be out to the masses so that people know what the Trump administration was up to. Absolutely outrageous, as she said. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.